Welcome back, guys. So let's talk about Chucky Season 3, Episode 4, Dressed to Kill, which I thought was originally called Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. But maybe that might be another later episode, but I swore one of the episodes in this season was going to be called Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, of course, because they've done a lot of horror movie names in these episodes, like Let the Right One In, stuff like that. So this starts out with Halloween at the White House, and you have Chucky in his cute little Phantom outfit. I love this outfit. I think it's great in this show how many times they made Chucky look visually different. I think that those visual aesthetics for him just are really cool. I love how he changes throughout all the years he's been a thing. The fact that in this show he's had so many different costume changes, how he looks, like for in season 1 whenever he was the burnt Chucky and like half of his face was deformed, that was really cool. And of course like scarred Chucky in the other movies, you know, the more recent ones, like Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, and then Curse of Chucky, and then parts of Cult of Chucky. I like that a lot, and I think just visually it works to change up this character, and I really think that's just a great thing in this show. That Phantom outfit is just so cute, and Phantom of the Opera is, I don't know if the whole rights are for Universal. Like, I don't think Universal owns the rights to Phantom of the Opera in general, but they have a Phantom of the Opera Universal monster horror movie, so that makes sense to put that character's mask in this, since they already own him. Universal has so many cool monsters that are cool horror movie things that they own, and I like that they're using them to their benefit here. There was a joke about JFK and Jackie Kennedy where you have the president and the first lady wearing these outfits, and I thought that was kind of morbid because, you know, John F. Kennedy was killed, and this president in this episode has not been killed, but I have a feeling it's Devon Sawa, who's been killed 4 times already. Or 3 times already. I think it's 3. He will be killed again, I assure you, and they're gonna do that. That's just what they've done with that actor so many times, and it's awesome. So I know that they're gonna do that. That's just a weird way to show that it's gonna happen, probably, in this show, in the later half of the season. So a lot of this is also about Tiffany on death row, and she is there. They're gonna put her on death. She's on death row. They're gonna kill her soon, and she has to find a way out of it. And she finds a really clever way to do it. She meets this woman named Evelyn Elliott, which I don't really know who that is. Like I was like, who is that? I was not informed on who the person was. And I need to look it up, honestly, still. I think I looked it up once and already forgot, but I don't know if she's like an actress, playing an actress character. Forgive me for not being knowledgeable on that person. But she meets Evelyn Elliott and is a big fan of her, while Bride of Frankenstein is playing on TV, which is an obvious throwback to Bride of Chucky. Pretty cool throwback. And while this is happening, Jake, Lexi, and Devin are going to the White House, using Grant as a way to get him in, because Grant likes Lexi. So they have a costume party, and they all dress up as good guys, which is pretty funny and weird at the same time. There's a scene where the president sees his dead son, Henry, who Chucky uses that name for this kid. Joseph is the name of the doll, or that Chucky uses. Joseph is the one that died. Henry is the kid that's alive. Henry's little brother. The president sees like Chucky in the Phantom outfit and thinks it's like his son, dead son, and he goes to follow him, but then Chucky disappears, and I'm surprised they didn't do anything with the president where they kill him off then, because you know it's going to happen, and if it doesn't happen, then I applaud them too, because that would be surprising, but that's interesting that they did that with the president, just showing him that he's looking for his son too that's gone, and like he kind of imagines him in this Chucky doll. And I like that they used that as an idea of Chucky, like, oh, this doll is like my dead kid, and it reminded me of like Cult of Chucky in a way, where you've got the crazy person in the institution who killed her baby and thinks the Chucky doll is her baby, kind of thing. Chucky's always used as something like as another character, like a small character. Like it's funny. Like he is used as a word on a real life person, real life small person, doll sized person, if you will. um, Lexi and Grant, I think it's cool with these characters because Grant is a character that at first I thought was fine, but he kind of grew on me where he was this character who wanted to be more than just the president's son. He didn't like that everybody was using him, and then you find out that, or he finds out that Jake, Devin, and Lexi are there because Lexi is kind of is using him to get to Chucky, and he realizes that, and he realizes that he is being used, and I like that. I thought that made his character more interesting because he didn't want to be part of that. He didn't want to be part of this popular thing that he's the president's son and that's all he is. I thought that was pretty cool. But also when they're making out, the Blue Oyster Cult's "Don't Fear the Reaper" plays, of course, which is cool. And there's a good scene back at the prison where Tiffany gets these wicker dolls and makes them people like that are there at the prison cell. Like she makes the person who's guarding the door, makes her talk and be happy, and then she has that Evelyn Elliott character start stabbing herself, like just cutting her hand, stabbing herself. Like it was really funny, but it was really brutal, and it worked very well. While that's happening, the White House gets shut down with the power because Chucky shuts it down, and there's a great scene at the end where Chucky, the chandelier that's like the size of a house up in the air, like chandelier, like that big, the length of a house, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm saying it really dumb, but this giant chandelier falls down and smashes a lot of people. Not everybody, but it smashes a lot of people in the center room of this party, and the nanny that was taking care of Henry is like, she literally just has her bottom and her guts are falling out, and it was hilarious, and it was great effect. It reminded me of something like Blood Rage, the 1987 slasher, which did a similar thing where like a character's like cut in half and they're just like trying to pull in their intestines. Like that was really funny and really good effects. It was really hilarious. And oh wait, or maybe I read that wrong. I meant the nanny's face falls off, but maybe somebody else did that. Is like their guts are falling out. Forgive me. It's been a couple days since I actually watched the episode, but I thought that's what happened. And then we get a cool final thing for this episode, where Chucky he takes off his Phantom mask, which is another great use of the Phantom mask, by the way. He takes off the Phantom mask, and he's old, and he's got wrinkles, and he's an old doll, and you've never seen him that old in a Chucky thing before. The closest you get is the first Child's Play, where Chucky is becoming more human, so he looks slightly more human, but like that doesn't pertain to age. It just pertains to he's looking more human, like in a doll body. In this, he looks like a full-grown old man, and I think that is a great way to end it for the half of the season. And then we get a season 4 part 2 sneak peeks of the last 4 episodes, and you see how Chucky is basically rotting. I think that is hilarious. Like Chucky is actually going to, I know he's not going to die for real because Chucky shouldn't die. He's a franchise. They're not going to kill him. But the fact that he is old and rotting is hilarious as a doll, and he looks really cool, that effect in the footage. And then you also see Brad Dourif with white hair, like, in the footage as well. So I'm guessing that means that Brad Dourif's going to have live-action scenes, as opposed to just being the voice of Chucky again, which is great, because, like I said, we haven't had him since Curse of Chucky in like, appearance, like, besides being the Chucky doll, of course, but in real life, Brad Dourif appearance. So it's interesting to see that. And I'm excited to see where they go. And it's weird. I watched this episode recently, and like, then I just read the writer's strike just ended. So now I don't know if we're still gonna wait until next year, but I'm really want to finish this season. I can't wait to watch the rest. I can't wait to see what they do. every season just keeps getting better. They always do something really unique, and this was a really great first half. Even though it sucks as the first half, but I understand with the writer strike, actor strike, blah blah blah, all that stuff is conflicting on it. So it's like they couldn't do it. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm just more impatient than anything because that's who I am. I'm very impatient with stuff, but especially movies and shows. Like there's a lot of shows I'm watching that I want to just finish, but I love watching, but I'm just very impatient with wanting to get them done and get them off my shoulders. But yeah, Chucky, this episode I thought was really good. Again, just great episode. Like I've said a million times, I'm saying it over and over again. But yeah, can't wait for the next one. That is it for you guys. See you guys later. Take care.